Hi guys, sorry for the delay. I was dealing with my mother. She's having one of her dementia things going today, and she's convinced she doesn't have any money. So sorry about starting late and being muted there for a while. No, Jimmy, I was muted because I was dealing with my mom. You didn't need to hear it. Hear me tell her 40 times that she has plenty of money in her bank account and that she doesn't need to carry cash because she has her debit card. So anyway, which with dementia, that's a never-ending story. Anyway, welcome to the live stream. We're not going to be on too late tonight because um, my internet provider is doing a maintenance thing tonight, so they're going to be shutting the internet down this evening for anywhere from 1 to 5 hours while they do maintenance. So, but that's not till later this evening, so it's not a big deal. We get there. Tonight we're just going to fart around a little bit with the Mustang. I did pull out the little go-kart kit that came in my 1960 Chevy. I got some paint on it, so we may play with it a little this evening once the paint sets. I painted with Duplicolor lacquer, so it should be dry in an hour or so. There's not a whole lot to that, but we'll see about getting that painted up. Decide how we want to decorate it and whatnot. I may strip some of the chrome pieces for it. We'll see. Okay, anyway, so how are you all tonight? You're going to start on working on this guy again. I'm going to start by making seatbelts. Not a difficult thing. Hey Kevin, it's just the fact, she's getting older, and that's what happens. And it gets worse and worse every day. And we just deal with it till we for as long as we can, because we want to keep her from having to go into assisted living or nursing home for as long as possible, just for her well-being as well as mine, because I don't think it's gonna. I'm not gonna be real happy to see that day come when she has to go into the home, but I do know it will come. So we're gonna make our seat belts out of the athletic tape, the medical tape. And we're just going to place them out on a cutting board and mark it off and cut it. And then we'll do some bare metal foil buckles later on after the tape is in place. More than enough there. Get everything squared up. Yeah, my grandmother had it the same thing, so we kind of knew it was coming. But it's kind of become my burden to deal with it. For the most part, my brothers and sisters are not willing to take on that responsibility, so it's pretty much fallen on me to take care of her. So we're just trying to keep her as healthy and active as long as we can, because going into the home is like a death sentence. It's like saying, well, we've given up on you and you just might as well go die somewhere. But I'm gonna get off that subject now. What I do is I cut the tape about twice as wide as I want the belt to be. And this works for cars too. This is the material looks just like seatbelt material. And I fold it in half so the sticky is sticky. Gives it a little more texture, a little more depth to it. And then we will glue it on. So this is probably one is almost probably long enough for both of them. Clean up the edge a little bit. If you have trouble doing it this way, you can also take, which I'll show you this way too. It's just as easy. You take your tape, big piece, fold it in half. And then cut this. Cut it after it's folded. And this works equally as well. To cut it afterwards. Let's say if you're doing it the first couple times, I find it even easier to do it that way. Well, I think I have a lot more traits of my maternal grandfather than I do my maternal grandmother. In fact, on both accounts, I'm more like my two grandfathers than I am any of my grandmothers. In appearance, eye color, hair color, retention of hair, the whole works. And we're gonna pick and put these. Get my microphone a little closer so you can probably hear me a little better. Yeah, anything can happen. The sad part is even if they come up with a cure tomorrow, there's no replacing the stuff that's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. There's no coming back. So it's a little too wide. We'll trim that down a little bit. Hey GB, how are you this morning? Hope you're having a good day over there in the UK. Okay. This first one I cut, we'll do that for the actual seat belts, the lower lap belts. Ah, that's right. I forgot. You're down under. I was thinking UK. Sorry about that. We're just hanging out tonight. Anybody's welcome to join the chat on the stream. The link is at the top. I won't be here too late tonight because they're doing maintenance on the internet this evening. So I'll be losing internet service at some point later this evening. From anywhere from 1 to 5 hours. Last time it was only down for about 20 minutes. I guess I tell you that in case they run into anything big that nobody can bitch or complain that they're without internet for 4 hours or something. But they usually do it late in the evening, so it's not such a big deal. Keep knocking stuff over tonight too, man. I don't know. And those are obviously too long all the way around, but it's easier to cut them off once they're in there. I'll show you what we got going. We've got their shoulder belts and their lap belts are all in there. And I said, we'll fold them over. Let's do the lap belts first. Figure out where I want to cut them at. Right about there. Scissors, there's scissors. And then we'll cut a little tab of bare metal foil at the end to simulate the buckles. I do have a set of photo etch seat belts that I could use, but I'm gonna save them for a different build. Kicker, call it a job. Yeah, there's the other one. There. Do the same thing. Down here. Trying to run away from me. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing on the shoulder belts. Hey, Boston, how are you tonight? We're just hanging out for a while this evening. I am knocking stuff over left and right tonight. All right. Let that focus. Let's try to do it this way. There we go. Let that focus in. There's our belts put in. This works for cars too. Same deal. And then I'll go back and make some bare metal. Let the kicker dry. Let the glue set up a little bit, and then we will put do some just some squares of bare metal foil to simulate the buckles. You enjoy your morning there, GB. Okay, where do I want to go next? I'm going to start detail painting the engine a little bit, even though it won't really be seen once it's put into the fuselage, but we'll put some detail on it anyway. Wabbit season, duck season, wabbit season, duck season, wabbit season. I use for a lot of my rusty type stuff. I like to use the burnt sienna craft acrylic, and a little bit goes a long way. Put it back on that before bad things happen. back on you before bad things happen because I've been knocking stuff over all day long. So we're going to use that to paint the exhaust manifolds on the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. And here comes Andrew. Hey Andrew, how are you today?
Good.
What you working on?
Just 66.
That's neat, Andrew. 66 Nova. Good car.
I got the engine.
Got the engine all done? Cool. I'm working on the engine for my Mustang.
Mustang?
Yep. I'm working on this Mustang.
The airplane?
Yep, an airplane. I'm painting the details on it. And I could probably stop there because once you put it in the fuselage, that's the only part you're going to see is the exhaust manifolds. But we'll add a little bit more to it. Just because we're here. Hey Mark, how are you tonight? Hey, Marcy's back. Decide what to have for dinner? I'm going to have white chicken chili for dinner. I already know that because I made it last night. It's always better the second day. So that's what we're having tonight. Gunmetal. Hey Jess, how are you guys tonight? You gotta play Target Lady? Hey Butch, how are you doing? Yeah, I made the white chicken chili with the chicken thighs, boneless and skinless, and some corn and some white beans. Just because it's a little more healthy than doing the beef and all that stuff. Peppers and onions and stuff, all that good stuff in there now.
You didn't eat any vegetables.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Put a little bit. And you eat the vegetables too.
I did.
You guys eat already?
And let that dry for a little bit.
You couldn't wait for this?
They still got peanuts and just which one? Peanuts and walnuts. Huh?
It was chewing on that food.
Cool, right? Those little boys are funny this afternoon.
D27 and D6.
Stopped out there and he comes right up to your side.
I mean, yeah, I better dump that.
What's that?
I better dump that bone.
Oh, yeah, get that.
Or else it'll be upstairs.
Have fun.
What?
Oh, Jess is on her way to work. You gotta be Target lady. So D6. C 31, 32, and 11. Not that one.
You think if I put a little bit of that, diluted
This one up here for now. Make these first.
washer.
The oil tank. Firewall. These put together and painted.
Well, I mean, I'll bathe her with some citrus. They don't like citrus.
Now she probably has too much respect for cookies, the dust of cookies. You can dust a Karen though, that's fine.
I think it was my butt.
You think it was yours?
Hey Jason. I wish can't have cookies no more. So I do occasionally cheat.
I know.
I'm not supposed to
Yeah,
eat
you
them.
got vegetables. Yeah,
What's that, buddy?
you got my vegetables.
You got vegetables?
You got them.
Okay. All right.
Tomorrow will be a cheat day. As I'm gonna need all the sugar and caffeine I can get tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Egg salad sandwich.
For dinner?
They're having their
That's if that had locator pins on it. Oh well. It sits in here. Like that.
Yes.
Dan, you find this? You find this are good. Hmm?
Okay, let that dry.
Good job, kid. Awesome job.
Black paint.
Yeah, if you want to. You're gonna prime it first, or you
This
gonna?
I'm
is
on first.
good, man.
I'm on first.
Okay. And you don't have to do the bottom, just the middle. So you
Mm-hmm.
can hold it. You can hold it just like that, and just prime it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do it. After you put it back in the tray,
Mm-hmm.
you won't see the bottom, and then when you put this on, you won't see the side. So you have to do the inside.
Okay.
I don't know if Andrew's going to be in the 48-hour build or not.
Oh, we are.
Oh, you are? Cool.
Yeah. When does it start?
It's the third weekend of the month,
Oh, on the 27th.
something like that.
Oh snap! We might be in. We might head on up to that show up in Charlotte.
Well, he said if you weren't available that weekend, you could just pick 2 other days to do it. Just let him know. I don't know. Some people I used to always work on weekends, so I had to do it during the week when I was still working. 'Cause my days off were usually Tuesday and Wednesday. It's the 19th. Okay, the 19th and 20th. Jason just said third week. Yeah, I guess just what there's the 5 weekends this month. I don't remember. Yeah, 19, 20, 20. Okay, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, basically almost 5 weekends in the month because we started on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Yes, he said it's the 19th. 19th through the 21st. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to do the Illuma Coupe for that build.
Come on.
Since it's a curbside with no interior or anything, I'll be able to get that done pretty quick. Get it prepped and painted on Friday night and clear it on Saturday morning, and then I can on Sunday have all day Sunday to put it together. Well, I'm not having a good day. It just spewed all over me. I knocked some stuff over left and right. Cleaned it off before I smear it on something I shouldn't. Okay. Try that again. Hey, Jeff. No, we never have been fancy enough to have a zero turn mower. I was doing pretty good to have a gas mower when we were young. Most time we had to cut the grass around the house with the real mower. I'm probably 14 or 15 before my dad bought a gas mower. My grandpa had one for his farm. But our place, all we had was the real mower. Of course, we only mowed about 25 feet around the house in any direction. Because then the goats and the cows and all that took care of most of the rest of it. Now I just got a regular riding mower. An old deer. Got second hand. There we go, getting paint all over myself again.
Oh, you gotta let it dry real good. Okay?
Yeah, in fact, first time I used a gas trimmer, even I burnt the hell out of myself.
You may want to put it in the flat.
We got the muffler right up against the side of my leg.
You want to shine it? Okay.
Well, here in the fall, you want to take cover when somebody's cutting grass because there's so many pecan trees around here that they become like mini missiles with the lawnmower.
You like it dirty?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
And in fact, I had one of my car windows broken out by a pecan launched from Weed Eater. That one was. It wasn't from a mower, but from Weed Eater.
Oh, good for you for the eating gravy. Eating gravy.
Straight away. Yeah, Medicaid doesn't ever want to pay for anything if they don't have to. Especially when it comes to like nursing home and assisted living stuff. My sister-in-law's mother needs to go into a rehab center and they don't want to pay for that either. They don't want to pay for to be in the hospital anymore, and they don't want to pay for the cost of assisted living care, rehab care. So they're kind of, my brother and sister-in-law are in a fight with them right now.
Riley?
Uh-huh. What kind is
Um,
this one? Or the other side?
the bottom side.
This side?
Well, smear some paint in there anyway, just for giggles, just in case. Thank you. It's just the way life goes, I guess. Yeah, we just did with it the best we can. Yeah, I just got a message. My niece came by to try to get my mom to take her medicine. She wouldn't do it. So eventually I'll have to go up and take care of that. All right, guys, have fun at Target. J, as we like to call it. Cookie dusting will commence shortly. Yes, yeah. The great snail duster. I hated zoning when I was at Walmart. That was like the worst job to do during the day was freaking zone. It's just so freaking boring. So I used to get, when I get bored, sometimes I would turn every other box upside down. And man, so why the hell are you doing that? So people from Australia can read the box. And then I didn't have to zone too much anymore after that. Okay.
Oh, somebody else hit something. Somebody else must have hit a home run. Oh, what are these? Is this a big one? Let me ask.
Yeah, the big one.
You already did?
Big one. So big.
This one? Take that one away.
I need the big ones though. So big. That's one of those ones. Oh, you know, man, that.
Zoning was the worst job. It always put you in a section you didn't know jack about. And of course, customers would be asking you questions about stuff. So I don't know. And then you get pissed because you didn't know what they were wanting because you didn't work that department. This is an equal cookie opportunity live stream, guys. So no cookie left behind. Oatmeal matters. Lined up. See how this was going to fit. That looks pretty good. Nice to have some locator pins. Okay. That's going to fit together pretty good. Do with that marker. Yep, they're all biscuits in Britain. Okay. Here's my silver, 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 silver. It's green. Silver. So did anything ever come of Jeff come of that deal in the race in Tennessee where they said the guy didn't run out of gas and he should have or whatever? If they was maybe running an illegal fuel line or something. Did anything ever come out of that? Yeah, I heard something about it yesterday and in passing, and something about him having a magical fuel tank that made it let him go further than everybody else. Oh yeah, he's on vacation up there in the New York area. Isn't he from Vermont or somewhere like that? I mean, I know he's in Florida now, but I think that's what he said, Vermont or something along those lines. It was where he was from originally. That's where he was going for vacation, going back to visit. That's one place I want to visit sometime is get up into New England. I've never been that far. The closest I got was Philadelphia or Atlantic City, I guess. And that's not really New England, but that's the closest to the Northeast I've ever gotten. And that was on a work trip, so I didn't get to do any real sightseeing. South and Southwest, I've been all over that, but just New England. I've been to DC one time, Philadelphia once, Pittsburgh a few times, in Atlantic City once. But that was, say, that was in the wintertime, and that was a business trip, so I didn't get to really do much when I was in Atlantic City. I only got to go basically one day when I was in DC because a freaking snowstorm came in the first night I was there. So I did get to go to the mall and all that kind of stuff, and Capitol building, all that stuff on the first day, all the big monuments. But then we got like 2 feet of snow that night, so I didn't get to. I saw the hotel. All I saw really was the hotel room for the next 3 days. So I didn't get to go. Didn't get to go to the Smithsonian or anything that I wanted to do like that. I drove past it. We'll say to anybody who's never been, the Lincoln Memorial and the Vietnam Wall Memorial Wall at that end of the mall are things you just are must sees. If you don't do anything else when you go to DC, you need to go to the Lincoln Memorial and see the wall. It's a moving experience, to say the least. And I went to the Washington Monument, but I didn't go up because it's didn't go to the top or anything because I didn't really feel like waiting that long to do that. Yeah, I've been all over the South, Southwest, and West. But the only place there I haven't gone to the extreme Northwest up to Oregon, Washington, that area. But pretty much everywhere else in the West I've been. Some of it was when I was a kid because my dad moved around a lot for his job. He moved his construction job because he was building nuclear power plants. So we were never at one place more than 3 or 4 years when he was doing that. Well, I won't have the budget for that, Jeff, because I'll be going, using my money to go to Acme. So I won't have the spare money to go on another trip. I'll be at the show in September in St. Louis, though. That I'll be at. Yes. I can't remember what day in September it is. So I'll have to look. September 14th. I'll be at that show. And I think the Midwest Car Modeler have a show coming up around. I don't think it's the same day as Acme this year, but it's right around there. It's like either the weekend before or the weekend after. But that's just in the city, so it's not a huge deal to drive to that one. I just hope they're back in the normal community building now instead of trying to do it at that Union Hall, the Machinist Union Hall, because the lighting in there sucks. So bad. Let's go this way. D28. There. I used to go to the Butch O'Hare show in Chicago, but I've kind of replaced that one with Acme. Because they started having it at this hotel that was really sucky. It was way further north than the old one used to be. So it was like an hour further north than what I wanted to drive to go to Chicago for a show. But they now moved it further south, back further south. Because I was not the only one that didn't like going all the way up to the north side of Chicago. But it's now. Hey, Serge. This is a 1/32 scale P51 Mustang we're working on. We're going to paint it up for the Tuskegee Airmen as one of the red tails. Then I'm going to grab one of those 32nd scale Mustang kits. And I'm going to paint the Mustang car to match the plane. And they'll both be in the same scale, so it'll be kind of a cool display. So that's what we're working on. D5 and D28. D28 is right there. Cool. Hope you get to work on it too. I like having time to work on my models. Well, sometimes it gets to be almost a job, but then I just walk away from it for a day or so, and then I come back to it. Yeah, I go back and look at my older ones and ones I've got in. I was looking through my stash last night trying to decide on what to build for the Pro Street build, and I still haven't decided. And I was also looking for see which GTO kits I still needed. Still need to get a 70. That's not the stock car one. And a 72. I don't think they. I'm sure if they made a 71 model kit. The 72 and 73 were basically the same. And 74 GTO was actually a Ventura, which is basically a Nova with a different front end on it, front and rear balance. And those I can get, if I really want to, I can get that in a resin. Then I'll have all the years of GTO, because GTO technically came out in the end of 63, but the 64 was technically the first model year. And then even then, it was just a trim package at that time. It wasn't a different car from the Le Mans or the Tempest. It was just an extra trim package that you could get. In my 73, that was back to that too. It was just the Le Mans with the trim package on it. And the 74 GTO had a shaker hood. It was basically a Nova with a shaker hood is what it was. So that one was like last on my list because I'm not real super concerned with that one. I need to track down a 70, a 71, and 72 that are not the stock car variant, but I'll have to find an old one because I guess that's what MPC turned the tooling for the 70 GTO into that super stocker. So if that's the case, there'll probably never be a stock one done again. But I'll look for them. It shows. That was the wrong piece. Dummy, that was the wrong piece. Yes, it was. Box. You can find you later when we need to. This is, well, the light is affecting it. It's kind of a grayish silver color. I almost, I'm going to call it more metallic gray. The plastic is. That it was molded in, but that doesn't matter. Basically, pretty much every single piece on it will get painted before it's all said and done with. So it doesn't really matter what color they molded it in. Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, so it's basically, it's a gray, kind of got a little metallic look to it. So it's basically kind of metallic gray. Yeah, that's just my lighting. That fluorescent light does weird things to color sometimes. But it will get primed in black, and then we'll shoot silver over the top of it. But I generally do that. The thing is probably generally 75% assembled before I ever shoot the paint on the fuselage. These will just mask off the
All right, there we go.
cockpit area and in the wheel wells and stuff like that will just get masked off. Before we paint the fuselage. This control stick guy has to.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, now I'm working. My fucking phone's being weird.
Yeah, if we go for the, I'll change to the overhead camera. It'll probably look more the right color.
Let me see. Who's all in chat? What's up? Sergey, Boston,
There you go. So if they
Fafa,
turn the
Kevin.
fluorescent
What's
off,
up, there, y'all?
you can see there you can see the natural color. I'll turn the fluorescent light off. But the plane itself will be painted
Like a dark
silver.
gray.
Yeah, it's just a grayish plastic. It's got a little bit of silver shiny to it, so it'll get primed in black, and then it'll get painted in aluminum because that's what they did with the real ones. Even though the modern ones you see are all polished aluminum, back during the war they were painted because they would putty over. They would sanded down all the rivets on the Mustang to make it as smooth as possible, and puttied any divots left from that, filled them with putty, and then they painted the whole thing silver. So even though it was a aluminum airplane, they painted it. But you see the modern ones at the museums and the air shows and stuff, they've stripped them all the way back and they just polished the aluminum on them, so you can see rivets and stuff on the modern ones. Or the restored ones. But when they were in active duty and during the war, they were not polished. They were painted.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of plane videos, like people building the model planes. I've never built one. I don't know. They're looking pretty interesting.
They're fun. They're kind of just like doing cars. I mean, they got a lot of the same steps. I mean, you start with building the engine, then you build the cockpit or the interior, if you will. And you go glue all that into the body. You start adding parts to the body. Mine has 1/32 scale, which is a pretty big one. A 1/48 scale is the normal airplane scale. So this one's a little bit bigger. This one will be about a foot long. They are coming in the mail, Serge. They are, cockpit, so we're doing the Tuskegee Airmen, the Red Tails. So I've got the decals coming for that one. I haven't decided which plane from the Red Tails I'm doing yet, but we're doing the Red Tails, the Tuskegee Airmen plane. So we'll have obviously it has a big red tail on it and that. They were the preeminent fighter squadron in the European theater on bomber escort duty. That's why I want to do Red Tails, and I actually met a Tuskegee Airman in San Antonio. That's where I was at a couple years in 2018. I met one of the pilots from the Red Tails. Yeah, so if you're going to do a modern one, if I was going to do this like a modern, like a Reno racer or something like that, yeah, it would be all polished. I would paint it all like AK Super Chrome or something, because they'd polish them out to a mirror finish. Or a lot of the warbirds from like they call it the Commemorative Air Force now because it's not politically correct to say Confederate Air Force anymore for some stupid reason. Most of them are polished. But when they were in active duty, I'd say, yeah, they were. And see, this one has the rivet liner, but they're really fine. So I may go back and sand them because those wouldn't show during World War II. They were been ground down level with the fuselage and then puttied. The center hole in the rivet would have been puttied over. So they'd have been super smooth. But we'll see when we get there. They're very pretty fine, so I may not worry about it. Okay, what was I looking for? I was looking for. There it is. The control stick.
Ooh. I'd love to do this with that new Bronco kit, but I don't know if I feel like spending the money. It's a kind of wide body looking kit for the 21 Bronco kit. It's to make it kind of like one of the Baja, one of the Raptors, kind of like the Baja looking Bronco.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that new Bronco. Looks too much like a Tonka truck.
It does.
It looks like something Tonka would make that was opposed to an actual car auto company.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
The new Broncos. Yeah. The new Broncos are, they're all right. The 4-door ones I don't like. They look weird. But the 2-door ones that kind of, with the removable top, that kind of, still that kind of old school. I can get down with that. That, and I want to do I think I'm going to keep my original idea from it. I want to do some kind of tricked out looking thing, like something you'd see at SEMA. So a big SEMA truck out of that Bronco. It was either I'd do that for a SEMA truck or order up one of them resin 4-door like 72 Fords or a 4-door 72 Chevy. Something really big and lifted with a big motor.
I got the Bronco that Doug Hensley sent me. That's the old school Bronco.
Yeah.
And then I've got one, I guess 2 F-100s back there, and that's all the trucks I have. Other than Hummers, I got a couple of 48 scale Hummers. The military versions. Everything else is cars and airplanes.
Yeah. I love the slamming stuff to the ground lifter, man. Sometimes lifting something with some big wheels, you ain't got to worry about fitting up in a little tight corners, relaxing. Than having to shove a giant rim inside of a little bitty area.
Yeah, I was looking at the feasibility of prostrating one of my Firebirds last night for Dylan's group build. and come to decided it's going to be a lot. It's doable, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah.
You have to back half the chassis, and then the interior, basically you got to cut it in half, cut it at the back of the door cards, and lose all the rest of it, and then you got to have to fill all that area back in with fuel cells and batteries and all that stuff, because you're going to be able to see in there.
Yeah.
That
It looked good though.
big window on the back. You can't just hide it and pretend it's not there. You know, it's a big old window looking down in there.
Yeah. That was the only issue with that 70 Challenger I did when I had to cut the back seat out. I got a different back seat out of a die cast. I cut out of a die cast for it, but there was still a big gap. And I didn't feel like fixing it, so I just painted the back window black and made it look smoked. Make it look like it just had really dark windows in it.
Spectrum has portable solutions.
You know, I've got obvious choices back there. I've got the Chevelle and I've got the Nova. And I'll say even got the F100. That could all be pro stock without too much trouble. But I'm not sure that's what I want to do. You know, I did a pro stock or pro stock GTO last year, so I don't want to duplicate myself. I thought about doing something silly like prost reading that Ferrari Testarossa I've got back there, but cooler heads prevailed on that one. Yeah, probably no different than in the 70s when I took a Pinto and that Mustang 2 badges on it, but it stuck a V8 in it. That would be a thought, but I don't think it would look right because it's so short. Yeah, but I drop it down, and put the wheel. Just had the wheel sticking out the back. I wouldn't have to tub that one, but I don't think it would look goofy. I don't think it would look right. If I had two of the kits, so maybe I could stretch the body, make a longer one. Because those big back tires would be 3/4 of the length of the car almost. On a Bronco. Well, we'll pick something. I don't know what I got. I got all kinds of stuff back there. I got an 80 Z28 back there. I could possibly do that one. I might be able to tub it out without it looking too bad, because I mean it's still the same deal. It's got that huge back window, but I could put a bulkhead in there like they do on the Pro Street one. They already do. In fact, I could. Might pick up that Lincoln kit if I can find it at a decent price. That would be a fun one to do. The Lincoln Mark 7 Pro Street car. I call it a Pro Street. To me, it looks more like a Pro Mod, actually, with the big turbo setup in it. That would be a possibility. Next time I go to town, if I can find one for a decent price. Or to use that Lincoln chassis and see what else I can fit it under. That would be another option. But I'm trying to do this on a budget right now because I'm not trying not to spend too much money. So I have more to take to Acme. That's my big trip of the year. Just a second, Jimmy. Get this piece stuck down.
And I'm back.
The Lincoln chassis is the same as the Debbie Hayes kit. Is that what you're saying?
Man, I thought about doing that with that 21 Bronco, being different and Pro Street and the hell out of it, tubbing it.
I'll go grab mine in a second, but I just think it's too short to do that with. But I could be wrong. We'll go look at it.
Yeah. It'd be different, something different. Ain't nobody else built Pro Street 2021 Bronco.
No, that's I don't have the new one. I just got the old one.
Yeah. The only other Bronco I've got that I'm building is the AMT 78 Bronco. Man, I don't think that brown paint I painted it with was any good. That beautiful, but I painted it last Thursday evening and the paint's still sticky. Like it just won't cure.
I had that issue with like silver paints, but I've never. had much problem with the solid colors, but I don't use Rust-Oleum. Well, I do because I use testers, and Rust-Oleum makes testers paint, but it's a little bit different formula.
Yeah. It was Rust-Oleum Leather Brown was the color. Doing it brown with like a brownish tannish top and interior.
I guess best you can do is purple pond it and start over.
That's what I was trying not to do. The paint turned out beautiful.
But if it's not setting up, then it's never gonna.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it till this Thursday. Then it'd be sitting a week. If it doesn't cure within a week, then I might have to.
The only thing I could suggest would be to set up a basic dehydrator box with a light bulb in it.
Yeah,
A big cardboard box with a light bulb down in it, and set it over the top so that the heat from the light bulb can help dry it out. But if it's not going to cure, it's not going to cure. It could just be a bad can of paint, or who knows what it. The Rust-Oleum guys may have just caught up with.
Yeah. There are quite a few good Rust-Oleum paint jobs. Maybe that's starting to bite me in the ass now.
Well, it happens sometimes. It could be the mix or the batch. Because lately I've been having trouble with the testers clear. The wet look clear. I've been having a lot of issues with it. So, and I've never had any problem with it before. What was it?
Basically do you try to play in the night?
So I just switched over and started using Tamiya for now. I've still got the testers, and I'll go back to it. Right now, I'm having issues with it, so I'm not using it.
Do you try to play in the nights? Well, vented.
Oh, paint. It's supposed to be paint. You try to paint.
Oh, paint. Okay. No. I should, because Rust-Oleum paint has a special funk to it. But no, I just paint in the little back corner of my basement. Pisses off my mom and my brother. It'll stink up the whole house, but I don't know. Me and my dad don't smell it anymore. We're used to it, I guess. It pisses my mom off. So I try to paint when she's not home. How heavy do I go with it? Not very. With Rust-Oleum, you do your first coat. Like, it sprays really thick. So you do your first coat really light. Let it sit for 30, 45 minutes. And you'll tell when it's ready to spray again after that, because it'll look like some parts of the paint will look flat, and then other parts on the body will look glossy. And then you just hit it with one more not super light but not super heavy coat, and it'll be perfect. And that's just how I've always done it, Sergey. Or not always. I used to do the first coat really heavy, and then the second coat oh so heavy, and it'd turn out like crap. But once I did the first coat real light and then a heavy coat, it looks good. Not smelling as methane damage. Really, it's bad for everyone. Yeah, you're probably right, Marcy. Yeah, what's up, Marcy? Ah. Sometimes the nozzles will get clogged up, Sergey. Or Surge. I just called you Sergey. Surge. And it won't want to spray out the nozzles. But I've heard soaking the nozzles in and you're slipping my mind. You're like Purple Power or whatever, like what you use to strip the paint off the bodies. Like if your nozzles clog up, just soak them in that, and it'll get all the paint out of them. Take a toothpick and clean what you can out of it, and it works. But I've got so many empty cans. If it's an empty can and the nozzle's still good, I'll set the nozzle aside and just switch out the nozzles. Paint thinner, yeah. You can use paint thinner too, Marcy. But like I said, I've went through so many cans of Rust-Oleum over the years. Just I've got extra nozzles. I'll just swap the nozzles out. Yep, that works. That helps too, Marcy. Yeah. But you can get a good paint job out of Rust-Oleum. I'm telling you, I've proved it. It's just you gotta. It's just you just gotta kind of take your time with it.
This is the black lacquer. I use it once in a while when I need like to paint the bottoms of cars. But I primarily use the testers, Tamiya or Duplicolor.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta put it on a very light coats, and yeah. And after
I've
I'm
got
done
some
using it,
Duplicolor over here,
I'll
but
put a little lacquer thinner on a Q-tip, and I'll swirl it around the tip of the spray can. That helps.
Yeah,
spray
clean it up.
the
Yeah.
and then cleaning off the nozzle. So yeah, that's what that is for. That's for lawn furniture. But I'll use it to like paint the underside of the chassis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does the same thing. It goes on.
I've got
really
a couple
heavy.
cans of Duplicolor over here, but I got them. Rule King had them, and they were on sale for I think like $2 a can, and not even looking, they were on sale because they were all expired. So I bought a shit ton of those cans, and they all look like shit, and they're just expired paint. I just always use Rust-Oleum because I can get a little can of the Tamiya or wherever the hell for $7-8 it is around here, and a big can of Rust-Oleum's $6 and some change, and I can get a lot more cars done with a can of Rust-Oleum. That and with it spraying a little hides a lot of bullshit. Mm. 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 I need you. Oh, Marcy, I emailed you. I don't know if it went through though. My phone's still being fucking retarded. I might have to do a video on spraying Rust-Oleum. I get a lot of questions on a lot of my videos on spraying it, and I might have to do a video on spraying it.
Yeah, there's lots of things you can do. You can warm the can up. Then you want to spray super light coats. You want to make sure you're a little further away from the can, from the model with the Rust-Oleum than you might with a Tamiya or Duplicolor, because it doesn't have the spiner. It's a lot coarser pigment, so it kind of tends to glop up a lot easier. That's a big problem with Rust-Oleum, is the actual pigments are not as fine as what you'll get in the hobby grade paints. And a lot of those Rust-Oleums now are all the 2X ones where they just hose out a shitload of paint all at once. They don't. It's real hard to control. Like if I was going to move to probably doing Rust-Oleum all the time, I would probably decant and spray airbrush, because then you could thin it down and control it more. Just because it's it's thick. I mean, it's just a thick paint because it's designed for painting lawn furniture and whatnot. Repainting your bicycle. I mean, that's what we used to use it for when I was a kid. We used to repaint our bicycles like 2 or 3 times a summer. Every time you got tired of that color, you'd strip it down and paint it a different color. That's kind of what Rust-Oleum is, but they do make the testers paint, so they are capable of making it, but using a lot finer paints and whatnot. So it's just it's not made to the same quality standard as some of the hobby
This
paints.
phone's pissing me off now.
So I like the Duplicolor because it's a automotive grade paint, so it's got the finer pigments and the better spray nozzle and the whole works.
Okay.
But yeah, we were talking last year about doing a quote unquote Rust-Oleum group build, where you had to do a model and do it all Rust-Oleum. We may do one of those.
I'm down with that.
Kind of like with the last
I'm
one.
down with that. I do that anyway.
The bad kit group build where you had to build the either the 67 or the 72 GTO, which are considered 2 of the worst kits, even though they're not. run it by modelers and build it and see what you could do with it. And do
I don't
a
get why
build
people
and
call
use,
that a bad kit.
they call it a bad, the 67 GTO, they call it a bad kit because the front and rear bumpers don't fit right. You have to do,
Oh, yeah, that's
do
easy
some
to
work to
fix.
the front. Yeah, but you know, that's just the way it is. And it's not high detailed. I mean, it was originally a promo car.
Yeah.
It even has this, you know, the mounts for the screws where they used to screw the bottom in, so it's not a highly detailed car to begin with. But that's what it was. It was a promo kit. They just repurposed it. And then in the 60s or in the 70s, a lot of people were buying them for the body and just turning the body into a slot car.
Yeah.
And they just need people to complain about being a bad kit because it's an old tooling, basically.
Yeah.
And that's the way kits were then. They didn't have 25 separate parts to put together the rear suspension and stuff like that, like they do now. And for some people, that's a bonus because you don't have to mess with. Some people don't like to mess with all that fiddly stuff. But
No, yeah, fuck that.
and if you do like I do, I usually just swap out the chassis from another car. Either like when I first read it, I'll put the 67 Chevelle under it, or I can grab like one of the W30 Oldsmobiles and stretch the chassis on it a little bit and put a more detailed chassis in, or you know, so it's. But the 67 Chevelle was almost a perfect fit to go into the GTO.
Yeah.
I
Well,
use
even with the front radiator mount, how it has the two holes for the screws.
Oh, I cut that
If
out.
if you cut that off, the 67 Chevelle radiator and radiator mounts fit
Yeah.
perfectly in that car.
Core support goes right up in there. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
No, just because it takes a little work doesn't mean it's a bad kit. It's like that Country Charger. Myself, I will complain about that kit because I built it and it was a hell of a time, but it still looks good. Just got to finick it. It's just finicky. And you have to shave some of the interior tub down because the interior tub is too tall. That's what the big issue is on it.
It's just like the Cameo kit from AMT. I mean, it's a known issue that the windshield doesn't fit, so it makes it a bad kit. But if you take the time to fix it, it's no longer a bad kit.
Yeah, like Brian fixed it and built one. That's a great looking build he did.
If somebody was ambitious, they could probably 3D print a trim ring for that the AMT glass would fit into, and then that trim ring would fit into the AMT body. And it's all the same. Because that's what Brian did. He just he took some like 040 half round, I think it was, and built the frame around the clear piece, and it fit right in the hole in.
No, I think only some of those kits had that problem. Because I know people that have watched their videos that have built it and have not had that windshield problem. It went together perfect. It was finicky, but it didn't fit, but it fit up in there.
It's only pictures of this place. Expected nothing. It's just inspiration and stuff. It's entertainment and so many
Hey, Marcy.
Hey, this is easy.
What's that?
Every day, man. But no, that Country Charger, singly the worst kit I've ever had in my entire life. And like I said, I had 7 of them. They all had the exact same problem, and they all came from different vendors who came from different states. So it wasn't like it was all local and from the same run. Like, by chance,
no, yeah.
you could have got the same batch. They were mixed. and they were the front end, the back end, the tail lights. It had more flash than a hooker on 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And I mean, I threw that thing back in the box. So no, it's a junkyard piece, and the rest of them, they're parts. I'm not even dealing with that kit. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, the one I built turned out all right. I painted it plumb crazy. I put the rims on it from the Foose F100. And the only issue I had with it was the interior tub was too tall, and that made the chassis not fit.
Yeah.
So I took my Dremel and sanded a little bit off the interior tub, the top and bottom of it, and it fit right up in there.
Yeah, I had to do more whittling and carving than I care to. It's one thing to have to nudge a kit a little bit, but another thing entirely when it becomes carve a kit.
Yeah. Damn, these fucking hot wings are hot. Jesus. This place's ranch tastes like shit.
It might actually not be any good. If it doesn't taste right, I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
It's food poisoning, dude. That's ugly.
Been there, done that. Don't want it again.
Yeah, not something you want to make a habit of, definitely.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that can happen just in transit if you had it delivered, or even if you picked it up and brought it home with you on the way home from work or whatever. Putting the cold dressing in the bag with the hot food can turn it real quick.
Yeah.
When I get my takeout, I always have them give me the dressing separate so that it's not anywhere near the hot food.
Oh, this place, they have it's like homemade ranch. They fucking call it. I don't know what homemade it is, but. Usually it tastes all right, but I don't know.
It could have spoiled, or anything. I wouldn't risk eating it.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
There, now we're live on my channel.
Damn. Oh, but did you get my email, Marcy? My phone's being weird.
I didn't check.
I emailed you yesterday, I think it was, and my phone's just acting up all day.
Oh, my email just told me, hey, you're live on your channel. Oh, shit. Let's click the button. Good. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
And your last name is the first part of your email?
Yeah. Schneidlin.
Okay. Yeah, I just got to find a box that it fits in properly. And
I gotta go to the
office.
I'm guessing what you put in that email was your money order stuff or whatever.
Yeah, that's my post office box address. That's what I give to everybody.
Okay.
That way I know what comes to me is secure. It's at the actual post office, not in a locker over here on the property.
Okay. I'll have to go to the post office probably Thursday because I gotta work tomorrow. Then I gotta go pick my dad up from work tomorrow before I go to work.
Yeah, I should be able to get it out by Friday. I've got a couple things I gotta do this week, plus I work tomorrow. I gotta go on a mission and find a box. I'll probably have a box around here somewhere to put in.
But it was 20 even, right? I can't remember.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, sweet. It's gonna look cool. A little pimpy car.
Yeah, I think I got 2 more of them. I got 1 more for sure sitting up here on the shelf. I probably got another 1 or 2 in storage. I don't know. I have a thing for the first car, so I buy them when I see them.
Fire, man.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, Ted, how are you
I
tonight?
got like 5 of the pickup trucks.
Mayo, what's
Like
up?
that old body style.
What do they do with kits that have too much flash? Because the problems with them. I don't know if there's a bunch of flash on the kit. I don't feel like the model company gives a shit because I've gotten kits with so much damn flash on it. It's actually pissed me off, and usually flash does not bother me.
Hey, Donnie, Jace. Every kit's gonna have something on it.
Yeah.
Even once in a great blue moon, even a Tamiya kit will have something that's not quite perfect.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of flash is part of the deal. You expect that, especially if they're reusing old molds and they're not getting retooled completely.
Yep.
That overhang is just going to happen. It's a
Yeah.
They might not
the
seal
mold
up.
can only take so much.
Yeah,
Mhm.
a brand new mold might not exactly seal up tight.
Yeah.
So you might get
Same thing happens with ceramics.
Yeah.
A mold,
Yeah,
mold
usually
is not meant
flash
to last
doesn't.
forever.
Usually flash doesn't bother me too much. I mean, one of my favorite kits to build, just because it's my dream truck, is the 72 Coca-Cola Cheyenne. And
That's
that
a nice
kit,
truck.
freaking Terry too opened that kit up, looked at the flash, put it in the box, and sent it to Joey. So that tells you a lot about it.
Yeah. You know, some of the kits, like I said, they repress them in the old molds, and they're really, there's nothing you can really do about it. If they're bad, they're bad. If it's
Yeah.
something that's in current rotation that's still for sale, they're still making it, you can contact the company and they will often replace it.
Yeah, usually.
Yep. I will be right back.
The kit, that Super Soccer kit I got, the first one had 2 sets of bag A instead of a bag A and a bag B, and I just sent them a little video and an email about it, and then about a week later they sent me a whole new kit.
And then they usually tell you to keep what you have.
Yeah,
And you get extra
They
parts.
did. They didn't want it back. I wish they'd been missing the opposite set, because the parts that were missing were the parts that more likely to use over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like the engine parts and the wheels and the chassis were all in the parts that I didn't have. Okay. The instructions say we're ready to do this. Are we ready to do this?
Are you ready?
Are we? That's what I'm saying. Are we actually ready to do this?
You doing photo ads?
No. I've got it, but I'm not going to do it on this kit.
Which one is that?
This is a Hasagawa P51, 1/32 scale. My plan is to do this, and I'm going to paint it as the Tuskegee Airman plane.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to grab one of those 32nd scale Mustangs. I think your EMT has them.
Yeah.
It was because it'd be the same scale, and then paint the car to match the plane.
Yeah, that'll look cool.
And I can
Hey, Chaz.
display them as a unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen a few guys do stuff like that with the military aircraft with something that's not military.
Figure that way I can get an airplane into Acme.
Yeah.
Hey, stranger, ain't seen you in a while. It's Jonathan.
Hey guys.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey
Hey,
Marcy.
Don. Looks like everybody's showing up tonight. There's a party up in here.
Hey
What's
Jim.
up to, Jonathan?
Muted.
Enjoying your summer?
Yeah. Rose, I haven't really been on the Hangouts or doing live streams or building models. Is I've been working on my Derby car, and I just
Cool.
finished yesterday.
Cool.
And in 2 weeks, I'll be smashing up in a Derby. So
Cool. Just make sure you got your safety stuff solid and have fun.
I'll probably soon I'll do a little video saying like, here's my car showing y'all. On my other channel, I have the full build process.
Yeah, I built one of those with the auto shop guys in high school. It was fun.
Hey Serge, hey Boston, hey Jason, hey Don, hey Kevin Smith, Donnie.
My
Ted.
favorite part of the process was the destruction. I got to break the glass. There's just something about the sound of auto glass breaking, especially the old stuff.
Yeah, in high school we used to do every year for school fair. We used to get a junk car, and charge $3 3 swings for $1 with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, we did that too.
And
That was
just
always
beat the hell
fun.
out of it.
Jonathan,
Hey Jimmy.
what you been up to, man?
I've been working on my derby car. That's
Wow,
why
cool.
I haven't done much with models. So are you talking model wise, Serge, or are you talking like real life? But yeah, Jimmy, I've been working on my
Yeah,
derby.
trimming it down is one thing. Actually having to carve a kit out of what they give you is another thing entirely. That's kind of where we were
Yeah.
going with the discussion. Quality of the
AMT used to do the
mold.
die cast kits that were that way. That you basically had to file the parts out of the lump of metal because their tooling was so bad on them.
Okay, Serge. No, I don't even have none of that. But I got the demolition derby card to go in a ring and beat other cars for fun, and last man standing. So that's what the car is for.
Mm.
I mean,
I thought about.
I have a late model dirt track car, but like I got the money for that, so
Yeah. That's what me and my buddies were going to do to this old freaking, it was like an 01 Buick something or another. My buddy got off Marketplace for like $400, and we were going to make a demolition derby car out of it, but we had different other ideas with it. There's this, on a back road, there's this bridge. Everybody calls it Acid Bridge. And fucking, when you enter the bridge, it dips up real high and then it drops down real low on the other side of the bridge. So we got a good start at it, and we fucking hit that bridge. We jumped the whole bridge, came down real hard. Freaking front core support was fucking crushed up into the motor. The motor was shoved back up into the firewall.
I'd say you broke it.
Oh, but it was fun.
one thing's wrong with it, don't have gas in it.
And it ain't got no gas in it. Man, we drug it home. That fucking Buick, freaking, we somehow got it running again. It wouldn't go nowhere, and it wouldn't
You
stay
could
running
beat
very
the hell
long.
out
But
of
it
an old Buick.
was an 01 Buick.
Saber, Century.
I think it was a Century. That was a big grandma car.
Jason. Sometimes you gotta carve an entire kit out of it. Like I said, they got more flesh than a hooker on an 8 Mile, and Ted can get that euphemism.
Jimmy,
He's from here. He knows.
Jimmy, the car I'm putting in the Derby, it's a grandma car. It's a 2004 Buick Saber.
Mm. That's what we got for $400. I think it was an 01 Saber or Century, whichever one it was.
Yeah, 'cause those cars were excellent for that. And
I got-
any Buick older.
I got mine for $500, and I just got another Buick LeSabre, except a 2003, for free. A guy's given to me that his wife has wrecked.
Ooh,
Yeah, free parts, man.
that's how we got it for 400. The dude's wife was backing it into the garage and forgot which one the gas pedal was and crashed it.
Yeah.
Went straight through the garage and out. Went through the garage and into a tree. Freaking so the ass end of it was tore up, but the thing ran like hell. Which it was a nice car before she did that. It only had 8,300 miles on it, and it was an 01.
Can't remember how many miles is on my car. And I got
So much
both
for
of my
this being a family channel, Don.
Hey, John. Let me see you pop in there.
I got both of my YouTube channels on my car. I got one on one side, and I got the other one on the other side. I got, of course, the model one, and then I got my fair one. So, and today I just had 1,000 subscribers on my fair one.
Cool. Freaking me and my friends are looking into doing that again. There's it's a 90-something Chevy Caprice on Marketplace. The dude wants like $600 for it. Freaking, it's got 200 million miles on it, and fucking, it's a piece of shit. But it'll run long enough for us to go do something stupid.
Right?
It'll run long enough for us to paint it orange, put an 01 on the door, and find something else to jump. Freaking, we thought about buying it, and my buddy, he's got a dirt bike track behind his house. We thought about taking it around his dirt bike track and seeing how good it does. Freaking cut the roof off it and make it a convertible.
It's a bad idea. But I'm all about bad ideas.
Hey, there are no bad ideas. There's just dumb decisions.
Well, in your car, that's a bad idea because there's no frame under it. They just fold in half when you cut the roof off.
Yeah. It's a 90-something Caprice.
Yeah, it's a unibody. So if you cut the roof off, there's no support and everything. It'll just fold in half.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an idea. We're thinking about it. We want to do it. So
You have to, if you want to do that, you have to cross weld beams from the front A from the A pillar to the C pillar. You got to put some square tube in there or something to weld it up to keep it from. Otherwise, yeah, it'll just fold in on itself as soon as you cut the supports out of the roof.
Yeah. There's another one on Marketplace around here. It's a 91 Buick Roadmaster wagon.
Ooh, there you go. That should be a good car there.
He wants $1,000 for it, but man, my buddy showed it to me. I'm like, dude, if we get this, I couldn't bring myself to do anything to it. It's perfect, really. There's nothing wrong with the car.
Be good hitting with that. Unless the rear goes down. Rear goes down, you're in trouble.
Yeah. It's got a couple scratches in it, but it's dented up and scratched up, and it's just an old car, but it's a good looking car, I think. It's got the old wood paneling on the side of it.
TLC can't fit.
Yeah, it's got wood paneling on the side of it still.
I
told my
offer him
friends
$500 for it and see if he'll take it.
Yeah, I told my friends
If it runs, I'd offer him $500.
Oh, it runs, but we wouldn't keep that motor. As they wanted to get it, and
Oh, nobody says you have to keep the motor, but
No.
as long as it runs, $500 cash, no problem.
Yeah.
Give me the title, give me the keys, see ya.
yeah, my friends, they wanted to take it and basically turn it into our jump car, just a stupid car. And I was like, man, nah, this is the car that'd be cool with that damn with our other idea because we're wanting to get something cheap and
Yeah,
build
I
up.
would
We're wanting to
definitely. It would be a rescue mission. Yeah.
we're wanting to build up something too because my buddy he just got his dad gave him a spot in his shop, so he's wanting to build up something. All of us. I was like, man, this would be something. This Roadmaster wagon would be cool to LS swap and freaking lower it way down.
Got all the right tools being offered to you. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Get in there and do something with it.
yeah.
Car stands. Trying to find my what I got here on the body with the bodies on. I'm trying to find. I got two of these. I'm trying to find my other one. I don't know what I did with it. Found it. It was up underneath the model car box. It was a Plymouth trying to hide it from a Ford.
Cookie resin.
Yeah, Serge, that's what I want to do to it. They don't want to do it with that old Roadmaster, but I'm weird and I think wagons are cool. So that wagon lowered with an LS, big rims would look cool, I think. It'd be our stupid tear up the streets car is what it'd be.
I would totally put a lowrider kit on a wagon like that.
Oh fuck yeah, the old Roadmaster with keep the wood paneling on the side of it.
Yeah.
Turn it into a sleeper.
Yeah, that's my idea.
I got this 1/16 scale 55 Bel Air for my dad for Father's Day.
Cool.
Cool.
This is, I think, one like newly released kit or release. This one got the turbocharger, 4-barrel carb.
Yep.
That's one thing that round 2 is doing. I'm kind of liking. They're going through and kind of cleaning up some of those toolings and repopping them, and then they're also upgrading the parts in them, and then decals are all getting upgrades too. That was the biggest improvement I thought.
Yeah.
Was upgrading the decals so that you get all the badges and stuff as decals, and you don't have to try and deal with them.
And I found this at Walmart.
I'd like to find a model kit at Walmart. My Walmart is fucking retarded.
Oh, it's a
We don't have
Lego.
one.
Yeah, it's a Lego set.
Yeah,
Man,
that'd be
my
the closest thing you could find to a model at my Walmart would be a Lego.
Man, my Walmart ain't got shit for Legos.
Now our Target
I
has
got a whole aisle of
super
Legos.
expensive.
Well, we do too, but it's all shitty little kid Legos.
Not these. No, they rival how much is in my toy department and my electronics department. I've got a lot, and they've got more than we do.
So you
Yeah,
got
family Truckster.
there's actually a motor, the hood, doors, trunk open. And these 3 different
Yeah,
colors.
the bigger Lego kits are cool.
And they got
Yeah.
up or convertible, and you got 2 different license plates. This car is 13 and a half inches long when you get it built, and almost 1,500 pieces.
Yeah,
Shoot.
I've gotten a few of those for my grandson. He's built most of the cars.
Hang on, Jonathan. Are you 18 and plus to build that?
Will be in November.
Well, you can't build it till November.
But I'm waiting until winter time anyway. So. And there's 2 more types of these. There's a C1 Corvette, and there's the Back to the Future DeLorean.
Oh, in that larger kit like that, there's a lot of cars.
That's
Um,
that's all the other two I've seen of like this. And
yeah,
one
go on the Lego website.
Yeah, our Target store has a whole bunch of them, but they're uber expensive, the ones that they have.
They're $80 plus.
that's actually higher.
I've
They
got
got
some
'em.
Lego kits that are over $100.
Oh yeah,
The
this
more
was
bricks, the bigger the price tag.
Yeah. I used
They
to
did
love
they
doing
did
Legos,
the
and
McLaren, they did the 007 cars.
Can't remember what all they got here at
Like
ours, but I know there's a
Cadillac.
Cobra. I know they got a
Yeah.
Cobra, but I don't remember what else I have.
There's
Couple of
some that are. I've got a Zen garden. It's pretty cool, and there's bouquets of flowers and vases of flowers and bonsai trees and there's just so many Lego now. It's crazy.
yeah, that's what got me into doing the model
A lot
cars.
of
Was I used
cars
to
and
love
stuff. A
doing
lot
the
of bikes.
Legos.
You
And
checked
they
out the
have-
ones that Tasha's doing lately? Those fuzzy bricks, she calls them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Did
those are really cool too.
I wish I still had all them Legos I built. Freaking, I gave them.
One of Nigel's
brother-
latest videos where he does the Snap Bricks dog that looks like his dog, Jeff.
Oh yeah,
That, what is it, Jekka Toys or whatever the heck it is? They make some really cool snap togethers.
oh yeah.
And they actually have screws and stuff in them, so they're way more stable.
yeah, that Hedwig she did was amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I watched her
That's
mess with
my
it on
favorite
someone's
so far.
stream. Me and Ed thought it was crazy. We were loving it.
Yeah, that's my favorite one she's done so far. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but some of the character stuff is really kind of cool, and that I like. The book face and all the scrolling and that was really well done.
I wish I still had all them Legos, man. I had a lot of Legos built up on my wall or on the shelf. I mean, and a bunch of them that I had taken 2 of them and made some big lifted, crazy looking truck out of, like a little Lego car. I ended up giving all them to my brother. He, of course, smashed them and took them all apart, and they ended up in a box, and I never felt like rebuilding them. And that big box full of Legos, I ended up giving to my little cousin.
Yeah, all the Legos I ever built I glued together.
I never glued them together. I'd build them, let them sit for a little while, then I'd get an idea to like, what if I took this off and did this to it or did that? And that's why I love the kit bashing so much. Like,
my idea with this 40 Ford coupe here. At first, I was thinking about I was going to build it as a drag car because there's that option. Well, I've actually decided we're just going to build it stock just because why not? And I painted a gloss brilliant blue
ooh,
and a gloss white interior in it.
ooh, what?
Yeah.
Show that blue back up there again. What's the name on that color? Brilliant blue. Man, I like that. That'd look good on this oh, what the fuck is it? That Ford truck you built, that 37? Yeah.
I think
I had that.
black.
I had that kid out looking at it today, trying to figure out what color I want to do it.
Yeah, my 37 is Tamiya Pearl Green and semi-gloss black with a tan interior. And everything that would be like a silvery aluminum and or chrome is being done in a burnished gold.
Ooh, yeah.
This kit here, it comes with a hitch.
I'm thinking about Pro Street in that 37 truck. That'd look good.
There's only like 3 locating pins in this whole thing, so I have to tape and clamp.
Oh, damn.
There's one in the cockpit. There's one at the bottom of the cowl, and there's one in the tail. That's the only 3 locating pins on the whole thing. So we have to tape it and mask it and clamp it and work my way down. I had to work my way down around it, making sure everything was lined up.
So it comes with a hitch. Like I don't know if you want to say for a trailer or like the pull it.
They use a lot of the same parts for the delivery truck version of that, the panel
Yeah.
delivery. So you get a lot of like you probably got a back door for the delivery. Yep, right there.
Yeah. And since of like for this right here, the door don't make sense. Like why is this here? It's not a panel, so or
Yeah, a
delivery.
lot of the parts just got reused.
Because the panel truck built on that same chassis is the same. So there's some of the parts are rather than making separate trees, they had some of the common parts were on one tree and they put them in either kit. So that's why you got the extra door around the back and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you can paint the door up, put model car guy garage on it, and
Hanging on
use
your
your
wall.
little backdrop back there.
Hanging on
Yeah.
My
your
little
wall.
wall art.
Yeah, that would work.
I've been looking at stuff. I'm gonna try to make a little garage scene diorama just for like when I take photos of my models.
I haven't worked on it for a while. I got a spot like in the woods that I'm starting to make a little dirt track that I'm going to use for like thumbnail shots because I know I got some like dirt track cars.
These are the ones that come in the AMT display cases. I just clamp 2 of them together to make them longer. That's what you see. Most of my models are behind one of these. There's a garage.
That works.
There's
Yeah.
a racetrack. I just clamp 2 of them together with those little paper clips. This one is the drive-in you'll see on some of mine, and on the other side is the drag strip. I use the drag strip one a lot because it's the one that when it clamped together, it works the very best. I've got another one of the drive-in that I've got cut shorter so it doesn't. You don't have the 2 screens showing the same thing. I can shrink it up and down. And that's what I use for the pictures.
Yeah. Something like that.
What color to paint my engine stand?
Yeah, I can shrink it down.
Snap on red.
I mean, I got red, not snappy.
Snap on red. Maco Tools blue.
I just
I'll
did
be
mine.
right back. I gotta go check my printer.
Dang.
I did mine in yellow.
Like this, but
Plain old yellow. But I did mine in.
then I got the like the engine block stand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Comes with the Pro Street Nova.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Got one I did red because I built 2. So
I just did mine. I did the stand and motor, an aluminum color, and then I need to take some little bit darker gray and detail the motor up a little more.
I don't know. Might paint it maybe yellow. I don't know
Yellow look good.
because I'm gonna put the Buick motor on because this kit comes with a Buick engine. That's the drag engine.
Yep.
Probably put that and let it sit. I don't know for display or I'm gonna save it for another model. That's what I'm gonna do. Drag parts. I'm gonna save this. Another kit back. If I want to make a stock vehicle a drag car, well, here's some.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
these clips come about 100 in the bag. I've got them around here somewhere. Got your back under here.
I
So I
got some.
got a dozen of them pulled out, and then I used the. I bought a big set of these heavy duty paper clips in 3 different sizes. I use those a lot too. I probably got 500 or 600 clamps here, so I don't have 3,000 no killing, but I got a bunch.
I think I just found the next project I'm doing. It's a Nissan Silvia with a veil side body kit on it. Ooh, I'm in love with this motherfucker.
And I got like 6 of these big alligator clip ones. I got about 6 of those.
I haven't gotten any more done other than what I showed you, Don.
A couple models with that veil side body kit on them. Here's an R34.
Hello, Ted.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, Bob, Jonathan. Oh, good God.
Ooh, there's an RX-7 with the veil side body kit on it.
Really?
Good Lord, get me the hell off Plaza Japan. I'm gonna spend way too much goddamn money.
Yeah, click the X, get out of there.
Lord. They've even added. They got 2 new ones on here. Whoops! What the fuck did you do? They even have an Accord wagon with a veil side body kit on it. Big wide body kit on a fucking wagon. I love it. I'm in love.
Damn it, there's a big fucking fly.
Get me out of it. Get me away from her.
His ass fucking going in and out of the house like a goddamn yo-yo, and now there's a fly in here.
What you working on, Ted?
It's like a yellow car.
I think it's a
This is the
The sunflower.
no, this is the Don the Snake Prudhomme funny car.
Cool.
Of
It's an extremely
kit.
yellow car.
There's the mongoose one. There's that 2-in-1 kit. I got both cars. So I'm getting ready to tape the body here so I can spray the chrome on it.
Cool.
Which, of course, I don't have to go by directions, but the direction says for like the flathead V, it's hard to paint it green. I'm thinking about painting it blue instead. So.
Shove a small black Chevy in it.
Oh, this there was it'd be a year ago Thursday that I went and got a truck and got it from. He had I think around a 44 coupe, but he had a newer Corvette motor in it.
LS.
And it was a blue color. I think it had a black and.
Jesus. John, I don't remember ever seeing it. If you did you ever finish that Pro Street or Pro Mod, whatever you're doing with it, that Impala?
Oh, the Impala? No. I'm far from finished. I don't have a single part painted on it. So.
Hey, no, that's cool.
I mean, I haven't touched it since, actually in May. I keep thinking it's June, but it's actually July. Yeah, that's what it is. Probably make a trailer out of something with it. That far.
Put it on the back.
The old dirt
Sure,
cars, they
camper on
just had the trailer hitched to the front of them and just towed them that way.
Yep.
Let's see, what about the.
What? Your cart is empty. Motherfucker, I had so much shit on the cart, in my cart. Kiss my ass.
They reset it because you didn't buy anything.
Yeah, apparently. Assholes. This I feel like I kind of have to build. It's a Suzuki Jimmy. I feel like I have to build that.
I mean, technically, you should be getting paid since names be. I mean, need to go GM too to get paid, even though they don't make them anymore. But
Yeah, it'll get done eventually, Don.
I was looking at one of those on Marketplace the other day. He wanted a little bit more money than I was willing to spend. It was an 03 or an 04 Jimmy. Little GMC Jimmy.
probably
You can always make an offer. Worst they could do is say no.
Yeah. He was way out of the ballpark on it. It was one of the 2 doors though. It wasn't a 4-door. But he was
Sonoma Jimmy's.
It was one of the white ones with all the gold kind of trim. Which it was nice looking SUV. He was a little out of the ballpark on that. He was smoking crack.
I found out something the other day that somebody told me and that I never knew existed. A Mustang truck. Never knew that even existed. Like from factory Mustang truck, like the first gen Mustangs.
They built a Mustang truck? What?
Yeah, I know. I was like, huh? I was like, never heard of this. And apparently, I guess it was a natural thing. But I've looked up pictures and I've seen a bunch of pictures. I guess it didn't make too many. Wasn't a big hit, so that's probably why I don't hear about it.
I'm pulling it up right now. Let me look at this. Ooh, what the fuck?
Like they took a regular Mustang and then did work to the back of it and turned it to a bed. Is what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. This looks like a Mustang and a Ranchero had weird sex.
That's a fair description.
Used to do that with bugs all the time. Cut the bug in half and put a truck bed on it.
No, there are ones on here where people have made newer ones. They've taken newer Mustangs and made like utes out of them or whatever the hell Australia calls them.
Seeing somebody took like a newer Dodge Charger and made a truck out of it.
Yeah, that's a body kit you can buy, and
That's
it's
an
freaking
actual
cool.
improvement.
That's freaking cool. It was the one I seen. It was like an 08 or 09 or some shit like that. A little bit older one. No, these are kind of fucking cool. Where's it at?
I don't know, Kevin, if that's the same kid. I'm not a big Ford collector, so I wouldn't know if is the same basic kit or not. Because with all AMT, they like to share parts, so I would assume that a lot of the parts would be the same.
So they actually make a body kit for the brand new Raptors to make the new Raptor look like a Mustang on the front end.
Why?
Like, just get a fucking Mustang. What the fuck?
It's a fucking Raptor. It looks like a Mustang. I'd be down with it.
Like, is it like the stupid electric Mustang that's supposed to be a SUV, the Mustang SUV?
No, those are retarded.
Like that, or
Everything they're doing with cars is fucking retarded.
No, it's like literally, it's a body kit. It's a Ford Raptor, but it has like a Mustang front clip, basically. And it kind of works. It doesn't look bad. Different. They still make stuff like that over in Australia. Them kind of.
well, they're different over there.
What are they called? Utes over there or some shit?
Yeah.
Like freaking Ranchero, El Camino, shit like that.
Yeah, the utility trucks.
Yeah, which I love Rancheros and El Caminos. So
A big truck is a lorry. Our Jeep is a lorry too. Big truck or Jeep is a lorry. So the Utes are the utility trucks.
yeah, they're like they're like little El Camino Ranchero looking things. Like, I don't like them. And I only found out about it because I
call me picky. I like my Mustangs to look like Mustangs and Camaros to look like Camaros. And
yeah. What's the older Mustangs? What looks weird to me is the Mustang coupe of a 69 70 Mustang. It looks weird.
That kind of squared off front end, like that new Mach 1 kit they just put out.
I'm talking about 69 or 70 Mustang, like coupe, not the fastback, a coupe. To me, it kind of looks a little weird. I'm like,
the coupe rear ends always looked a little off to me, like the roof line.
I mean, it looks
fastbacks were always beautiful though.
Like, I mean, it looked fine with the whenever they started the fastbacks to 68. Just when it 69 and 70, it's like, that looks a little weird. I mean, it looks better fastback.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were calling like the Boss, the 70 Boss, the fastback Boss, like shit like that. Weird. I was like, really, dude? Those are beautiful cars. And I'm not a Ford guy by all.
I'm not really a Ford guy either, but that'd be a Ford. That would be a Mustang.
I have Boss 429. Fuck yeah.
Now, there's a few trucks I would own. More so like probably like around 77 to 79 body styles, and then I don't know about the Bullnose. I wouldn't mind having an OBS.
Yeah.
Then after that, not really.
Oh my gosh. The OBS, I love OBS Chevys. OBS Fords look good, but after having to wrench on my buddy's 94 F250 as much as we did, fuck that. It was a 94 F250 long bed extended cab, and the thing only had, it was like 150,000 miles on it. And dude, we wrenched on that fucking truck so much. He would pull up to the school and we'd have to help him push the thing into the parking lot, and we'd be late the first hour because we would be outside wrenching on that big piece of shit. Oh, his girlfriend used to get pissed when it'd break down pulling him to the school.
I don't know why he still chooses to drive it.
Oh, it doesn't. It's sitting in his backyard. It threw a fucking rod out the side of the motor going down the highway.
If you fixed it right, it wouldn't be doing all that.
I knew my Ford couldn't run.
Maintenance, it's a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Especially on something older that's got that many miles on it. If you don't have a solid maintenance record, you won't have a vehicle for long.
Yeah. It was a I was with him when he bought it, and it looked pretty nice. It was a old farm truck. The old man drove it around the farm its whole life. He registered it once in '95, and then it lived on the farm. It never left.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if he used it, he kept the work up on it.
I don't
Your
think he
friend
did.
got a good deal and didn't continue. Now he has a nice lawn ornament.
Yeah. I think what made him fall in love with it the most was it was a manual. And it was nice. It was a smooth transmission. It was nice. The transmission is what never gave us issues. It was a fucking motor.
Yeah, my Ford E350 van had issues with the computer all the time.
The computer didn't have too many computer stuff in it. What it had was, I don't know, it was all right. It looked like
It would overheat and shut down all the time. The computer would, and never could figure out why it was overheating, but it was.
You better have enough for everybody, Butch.
Ice cream.
you bastard.
Ice cream no more. Even though the doctor said I could, I don't do it.
What do you mean, Skippy, Kevin? You're calling me Skip?
Yeah, that's your new nickname. I like it.
My problem is I can't have just a little bit of ice cream. If I'm going to have it, I'm going to have it.
Yeah, that's the same problem I have. If I've got a half a gallon, I'm not going to have a half a gallon for long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
I might stop by swing by Dairy.
It'll last a day or two tops.
Yeah. A tub will last longer around here.
I might swing by Dairy Queen and get a soft serve cone once in a while, but that's about it. If I've been in the house,
Yeah, that way you actually have a true limit and it's a treat.
Yeah. The only reason the tubs last so long around here is my mom will buy them and not tell anybody she's bought them.
It's your fault for not looking in the freezer, man.
Oh, I'll go outside to freaking grab a pizza to throw in the oven and I'll see ice cream. I'll be like, motherfucker. Fuck the pizza. I'm eat this.
All right, I got a question for y'all. What would look better with the rims? Because we're
Herpes.
white interior and a blue body. Should they be blue or white? 'Cause I'm putting the dog on there, so.
You
a lot of
got
us have painted the body color.
Yeah.
But you can do whatever you want. I mean,
You said you're doing the kind of dog dish caps on them?
Yeah, I mean, there's like two different
it would show up better, it would stand out more. But
because you got stock, then there's a custom and a drag version in this kit. Because I'm building it stock.
Are you doing the fenders and the running pan right there white?
No, all that's gonna be blue.
All right.
yeah, the factory they would have been painted to match the body color. But if you wanted to do them in white, they would stand out a little better.
Yeah, white would kind of offset all the blue on the body.
And tie
If you're
in.
doing the body blue and the fenders white and then the wheels blue, that'd look good. But if you're doing the whole thing blue, white would set it off a little more.
Okay. Then I'm looking at the tires. There's no white wall tires. So just regular. I guess I could do white. Shouldn't look.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just
the white wheels would stand out more against it. Otherwise it's just going to be a mess of blue. Hey Charlie, how you doing tonight?
early.
Hey, Charlie. Ted, where's Amanda?
$600. 300. Yeah. We were, I don't know. He was pretty nice to that freaking Ford. Now it's lawn art. And now he can't even get a new car. He was using his dad's truck to run around in, and dumbass got a DUI and got his license taken away.
How in the world did you manage to get a battery to fall out on the highway, Kevin? Strap it down or something?
Dumbass. 19 years old and already lost his license.
Yeah, 19 years old, not even old enough to legally drink. Fucking idiot.
Fucking 3 times legal lemony blue.
Oh, that's lovely. He won't get his license back for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Man, it was in
Up
his
here,
dad's
up
truck.
here, he'd be fighting for the rest of his life to get his license back up here.
Yep.
And now he's going to drive without it, and he's going to get caught, and it's going to get worse.
Yeah. He's retarded. He's our friend that is a freaking moron. We swear he's fried as fucking
Do
bone.
not get in a car with him.
No.
Ever.
No. The only time we've ever done that is if his ass is passenger.
Yeah. I wouldn't even have him in my car as a passenger. No way.
He was blaming me for a little while, but he eventually got over it because usually with parties like that, freaking.
It's his own fucking fault.
Oh, yeah,
He
no.
made the decision to consume the alcohol. He's got no right to try to dump it on anybody else.
No, because usually when we're out messing around, partying a little bit, usually it's either me or my other buddy that are just, fuck it, we'll be the driver, whatever. And freaking the one time I didn't go, his dumbass was just like, fuck it, I'm good enough to drive. No, you weren't.
You're not his mother. It's not your responsibility.
No, that's what I told him.
You know, I can't stand people who do that shit. 19 fucking years old, he's already a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before he's 21, he's going to end up in jail. Or somebody's going to end up hurt or dead because of it. You're not supposed to be doing that, Charlie. You're supposed to be getting better, not going back. They sure they got them all? Make sure they double and triple check.
Get that up.
What colors paint the Buick engine? The directions say red, but not sure what the colors of Buick's engines are.
Paint the motor like a baby blue. A little offset to the body color blue.
This motor, it's. I don't know, I might build the motor as the custom motor. Yeah, because this is what's going to be on the engine stand and as the display.
Hmm.
I have a baby blue. Something similar to baby blue. Let's see, I got a D-side.
I mean, it's a GM. You could always paint it orange too, or red.
I got a gloss baby blue. That I don't know if I have enough paint to spray a motor, but maybe just barely.
Just enough to shoot a little bit on a motor. Put the motor together and shoot it all at once. I'll save you some paint.
Then I got a Meowie blue.
That's a pretty blue. I know what the Meowie blue looks like.
I'm pretty sure I used this on my 7 Nomad.
Ooh, Plaza Japan has an 82 DMC DeLorean kit.
Close
Oh, that-
as you can. Hit the X, Jimmy.
Put the credit card down. Credit card down.
Oh, it's on pre-order.
Step away from the computer.
Oh my gosh, that kit would look so good done up my style, lowered down on some big rims. Freaking do it like
Next payday.
do it like what's his
week.
do it like what's his face did on YouTube and put an LS motor in the back of it.
If you're going to build a DeLorean, build it as a time machine.
I have a bunch of the Back to the Future DeLorean die casts.
If I ever built a DeLorean, I would totally do the Back to the Future car.
Hey, I used to collect die casts for models. I got a shit ton of die casts.
I love that movie.
I still have a bunch of NASCAR die casts displayed around in here. Funny car die cast and a lot of late model dirt car die cast.
I got a Dell Junior and a Dell Senior diecast. I've had for a while.
I got a lot of Dale Earnhardt.
I found it at yard.
Let me sit up. Hang on.
Found it.
Yeah, no doubt, Charlie.
I got the Petty Earnhardt, Suburbans, Kodak 4, Skull Bandit, 18th scale, Junior. Suburbans. This is just a little bit of it. Let me go over here. Ugh. Let me come over here. Got some Rusty Wallace. And just Earnhardt. Kid Rock car. Pit Viper car. And some other stuff. And I got all the race cars. And then I got 2 over here I still need to display. I got the Ricky Bobby next gen cars. I got both of these signed. And then these 2 cars I picked up for a little deal. I'll show you these 2 Earnhardts. Let me turn my light on, I'll show you. These I got from a dude that was just trying to get rid of his father's collection. So You remember which boxes they go in. The number 2 Wrangler Pontiac and the matching number 3 Pontiac Wrangler. I have a horrible addiction to cool shit.
Now we all have a similar problem.
And that's not even getting into the Hot Wheels. Good Lord.
Yeah, I got Hot Wheels coming out my ears the same way I do model kits, so I hear you. I got a little bit of die-cast other than the Hot Wheels, but I don't have
Mostly with the
many of the bigger
die-cast,
ones. They
it's
just don't have anywhere to put it. That's
die-cast.
my
It's easy
fear
to
of
place
moving
cars.
into a place and having the room.
Yeah. When I got these 2 big cases from that dude, I kind of was like, man, now I have room for stuff.
Uh-huh. That's kind of where I'm trying to avoid that. So, when a place I'm looking for is going to have a minimal needed space.
But the Hot Wheels I collect is all the old cars, not the funky looking designs and all. I don't collect none of that. Just the good old classic cars.
Yep. I got a lot of
I've
Hot
been
Wheels
picking
like
up
that.
like the Johnny Lightning and the Rat things and stuff like that. The newer stuff that's coming out. That's
Yeah.
another downfall to working in retail. I work in the fucking toy department, so I see all the new shit when it comes through.
I got a lot of the Hot Wheels were old ones that were my dad's that he gave me. And I
I
started
have
looking
some old stuff too.
through all of it and told him, damn, you got a lot of red lines. And he's like, what the hell is a red line? I was like, oh,
Yeah,
dude.
if they're legit original red lines, you got yourself a mint.
Oh, yeah, I looked them up. The rarest one he has is the Larry's Towing, the tow truck. And it's one of the first issue ones because when they first came out with the tow truck, the dude that designed it put his actual home phone number on it. And looking at the tow truck, it's got his actual home phone number on it. So it's one of the first editions.
Cool.
Call that number right now and see what happens.
He actually, that's why they changed it on Christmas Eve when the truck first came out. He got a call in the middle of the night, and it was a little kid saying, "Is this Larry's
idiot
Towing?"
dialed the number. Yep.
Yep.
Just like when the Jenny song came out, every area code people were dialing 8675309.
8675309.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even. I didn't even show you the 2 carryout cabinets behind me. I got 2 corner ones. One an old lady gave me that used to live around here, and the other one I found on Marketplace, and it was the matching one to the one the old lady gave me.
Yeah, the curio cabinets from the 50s to the early 80s didn't change much. So it was very easy to match your furniture if something got damaged.
Yeah, like even the little design
mom
around
had
the
'em
front door
too.
of the glass is the same.
Yep.
But the same case, I couldn't believe I found the matching one.
Oh yeah. When it's stuff like that, you will. If there
And
were
for
literally
$50,
millions
shit,
of
I
the
drove
damn
over
thing.
there that day and got it.
Yeah, heck yeah, for $50.
$50 for the one, and the other one the old lady gave me. She was moving, and she didn't feel like taking it with her. So I got these 2 big cases. The dude was going to throw them out. He put them on Marketplace. I think he wanted $100 for both. And when we got there, the dude was just like, "They're heavy. If you carry them and I ain't got to touch them or looking at them again, they're yours."
Cool.
Yeah, they're freaking massive cases.
Yeah, display cases are nice if you're going to put them someplace and never move them again.
Yeah. Well, that and these ones, they
when my dad had the collectibles business, we had like 8 showcases the real long, super long ones, and those things were heavy as fuck, even with all the loose glass and the panels and everything taken out of them.
Yeah.
It took 4 people to move one.
These ones were in the dude's basement, and his base.
You don't put shit like that in the basement, man. No way.
Well, he had a little room in the basement. It was like his hangout room where he displayed all of his stuff, and
yeah,
it was
but
a-
if you're
it
gonna
was
use
a-
that type of case, you don't put that shit in the basement. That's asking for trouble.
no, the basement flooded, so the bottoms of them got water damage. But
Yep.
I mean, not bad enough where when you grab it, it's gonna like fall apart or nothing. But I mean, for free,
Right.
or
Yeah, if they're
Even for-
salvageable, hell yeah.
hell, even for $100 for both of them, shit, that's still worth it to me. These things are fucking huge. That's 2 of them.
Yeah, but in 30 years, are you gonna think the same thing of us? Put that into perspective for you.
Yeah.
You know, now they're great. 20, 30 years from now, maybe not.
We'll be moved by then. I don't plan on staying here 30 years.
He had a friend that had gotten all the back bar pieces from Famous Bar store in downtown St. Louis, and they were beautiful. But after the second time he moved, we told him we ain't moving them fuckers again. They were all walnut and glass.
Yeah. Something like that, I'd pay somebody to move them for me.
And he had 10 of them.
I wouldn't leave anything like that behind, man. Nope.
No.
2 dudes in a truck, you're hired.
Yeah.
I helped him move.
We got this business here called 2 Men in a Truck. They move
Yep.
whatever you want. And I would be calling them.
We got that around here too.
So,
And when he got them, he didn't get the bottom half.
half.
Too freaking heavy to move. So he just took the top halves.
Yeah. Stuff like that. I got enough friends where if I rent a U-Haul truck, shit, we get shit like that out of there.
I said I helped him move them twice, but I told him never going to move them again.
Yeah.
That's where I hire somebody because that shit's going where I'm going.
Yeah. Luckily, most of my friends are very built like I am. So moving shit like that, as long as we rent a truck. Well, that's now. So. I know my dad wasn't happy about having to move him out of that dude's house. We had to carry him upstairs. We walked down there and looked at him. My dad looked at me, man, my back already hurts looking at these motherfuckers. I'm like, yeah, but man, free? I can't leave these here. I'll drag them up myself. He's like, I'm not going to make you do that. I was determined. I was not leaving that place without these. Don't go back. I'm going back. I'm going back. What else I got?
I'll have to shut this down in about 10 minutes because they're going to shut our internet down for maintenance tonight. So,
Oh,
Hopefully it'll work real good when they bring it back up, huh?
yeah. They said it could be down anywhere from 1 hour to 5 or 6 hours. Depending.
Yeah, that basically translates to they don't know.
Yeah.
It's just going to be off a while.
so Plaza. They do have the DeLorean, the Back to the Future car with all the stuff on the back.
The Hasegawa one?
Yeah, they have the Back to the Future one and then the regular DeLorean with all the shit on the back.
Yeah, the one from Hasegawa is the one you want. That's the one that's badass. Or Bandai. If you get a Bandai one, those are really good too.
Yeah. I'm looking at the regular one because I want
That's
to lower
that
it
Revell
down.
Chrome.
The spray chrome?
Nice.
Let me go back.
Yeah, the Revell spray chrome.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty. But they need to get their price down a little bit.
Yeah. Until they bring the price down, I'll keep using Rust-Oleum Chrome. Which
Good night, Charlie.
Rust-Oleum Chrome does not look bad.
The AK's good too. I use that too.
Night, Charlie. Yeah, I'm good
I
with
use-
AK until Revell sees the light.
Yeah, I'll use that on like the rims and stuff where I can use my airbrush because the spray can is like too much for like doing the rims.
Yeah.
See you, Charlie.
Revell.
What else does Plaza have? One of these days, I'm just going to break down and order a bunch of shit from this place.
See, Jimmy, I'm with you. I used the Rust-Oleum metallic silver, but I call it metallic chrome. Even though it says metallic silver, I just say metallic chrome.
Yeah, that's what I have. And dude, I'm telling you, that it's not bad chrome spray.
I know, and it seems like it's almost like instant dries. You spray, it's like I mean,
it says on the can I have quick drying, so yeah, it's some quick drying stuff. It's good.
that's
I
what
use it on a lot of the rims, and it looks good.
about the time I get done spraying it, and I take it in here to sit on the table, it's like basically already dry.
Yeah, I sprayed
It's
the
dry enough that you could touch it without printing it up.
Yep.
But not dry.
dry. Yeah,
Yeah,
I still let it sit for a day or two.
at least.
But that's what I used to spray the bumpers and the grill on the 49 Merc I just finished, and man, it looks pretty damn good. Because all the chrome on it was yellowed, so I had to do something with it.
Because the cap, it's a shiny, but when you spray it, it's a flat.
No, it doesn't dry flat. Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't really pay attention, I guess.
It does. It's like a flat color. It's not shiny like how the cap is to the can. It's not like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the cap lies to you because there's one.
Oh, Rust-Oleum. Oh, yeah.
They all are always darker. Slightly darker than what you see on the lid.
Ooh, they have little rim packs you could buy here too.
Yep.
Ooh, 13-inch gold
Oh,
Danas.
okay.
Damn.
Yeah, Hostile Gallus does all kinds of wheel kits.
13-inch gold Danas and some 13-inch silver Danas.
Like for instance, like this Tamiya can. It's a dull red. Like it looks like a maroon color. It's when you spray, it's not even maroon. It's like a brown color.
Yeah, it's like a primer oxide.
Yeah. Darker.
I mean, like this is like the big time. Like it's not even that color. So why do you got that color that can? Yeah.
Ooh. An R32 Skyline
V
V-Spec.
on the can that the color might be slightly different than the cap.
V-Spec.
Spray it's color dirt instead of being like that maroon color. So.
Fire! I am Cornholio. TP for my bunghole.
I am Cornholio. I need DP for my bunghole.
So you said, Jimmy, I should go with like a baby blue for the Buick motor?
Yeah. Are you putting the Buick motor in the Ford?
No, this is what's sitting on the engine and for display.
Oh, I was about to say, if you're putting it in the Ford, the baby blue would kind of offset that dark blue, but if you're not putting it in the car, then whatever color you kind of want.
I mean,
I don't know what color the Buick motors were, but it's a GM, so you could do it red or orange.
Yeah, that's what it says in directions. Paint it red.
Yeah, Jason. I watch a lot of Beavis and Butthead. I grew up on them two dumbasses.
My kids love it.
Yeah, in the '60s, Buick motors were red. Jonathan,
I
Yeah, that skit on Saturday Night Live was freaking hilarious.
my freaking biology teacher in fresh sophomore year it would have been used to call me and my buddy Beavis and Butthead.
and a few of them were a blue, almost a sea green color. The seafoam turquoise.
Which I don't know, like where the what decade comes from, but
To the 50s, they were like a seafoam green color. And then they went to got almost like a Pontiac blue in the early 60s and the late 60s, red.
'cause, I mean that's the drag of the box art.
Something Pontiac motors used to be the light blue, and then towards the end, they started painting them red too. In the late 60s, early 70s, they started painting those red because it was easier to paint all one color. So they all had this same Chevrolet red color on.
Here you go, Bob. Throw me up here. Here you go, Jason.
You got nothing. You got nothing there, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, hang on. Hang on, Cornholio. There you go, Jason.
Oh god.
Deepy from my bungle. Shut up, Beavis.
You know how you got the Three Stooges? Well, Jimmy, he's the fourth stooge.
I'm a dumbass cousin they didn't want to talk about.
Shemp is the fourth.
Nah, I'm the stepbrother they didn't want to talk about.
You get him, Boston.
I want to thank everybody for being here tonight and everybody in the stream. And so we'll shut down before my internet goes off. And
All right, man.
On Monday next week, we'll probably be around Thursday or Friday night too, one of those. But yeah, so I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, and we'll see you next time. Go ahead and say your goodbyes.
See y'all.
Good night, everybody.
See you, Bob.
Good night.
See you, bye.
See everybody in the